Hei, technical difficulties. Pari minuuttia myöhässä. Ehkä te just pärjäätte. I believe in you. I believe in a thing called love. What? Ymmärrän. Ei kai sitten. Yritin parhaan. Oi voi.
The Ceylandian army would have recruited him in a flash.
You goddamn right they would have. Tässä meillä on näitä on ton pois. Tommoista ton pois. Koska mä en jaksa tryhardata. For now, I don't want to try so hard.
Graver gimlet tastes different the longer you swish it around. Miraculous stuff.
Phew. What do we have here? Nothing really cool.
No risk of Culford Cauldron ever erupting again, they used to say. Guess they were wrong.
Ehkä ne ei odottanut tämmöstä niinku siis katastrofaalista maailmanloppua.
Not everything blew up in the calamity. Why, Culford Cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time. The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
If you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt.
Basta.
It's awful hot in there.
I am an idiot.
So in a way, the beasts of the wilds, they're all survivors too. Best to keep out of the cauldron.
Holy shit. Why are you being so mad?
It takes a certain stubborn pride to keep on living in a place like this. As for us, we learned an awful lot from Culford Cauldron.
Fire bellows.
That learning led to some interesting inventions. The raw power of the world fell right into our hands.
Liekenheiden. I am the fire starter.
Playing with the cauldron's fires became an addiction. Can't fault our people for their natural curiosity now, can you?
Todella häiritsevää, että noi on vaan ollut spawnata noin.
Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here. Cauldron cooked them through.
Ei hyvä.
One thing's worse than the heat in Colford cauldron.
Pitäis vaikka ei saman tien niinku kävellä siihen räjähdykseen alussa. Sentään jonkinnäköistä
The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock.
Why
if you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt.
Getting bullied by video game.
So in a way, the beasts of the wilds, they're all survivors too. It takes a certain stubborn pride to keep on living in a place like this. As for us, we learned an awful lot from Colford Cauldron.
Taas mennään.
The raw power of the world fell right into our hands. Playing with the cauldron's fires became an addiction. Can't fault our people for their natural curiosity now, can you?
Takanapäin mitään mitä saa. Belluel. Nothing for Mika. Are you? Oh yeah, I like this.
Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here.
At me, you cowards.
But we discovered other things we're better off not knowing.
Lämmittää sikana noita tonikit nyt, kun mulla ei oo mitään skilliä.
The unforgiven scent of sulfurous dirt. Taste the air so hot it sticks to your lungs. All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot.
Tarkkaa hommaa.
Never thought we'd find so much life in all that ash. We kept on sifting through the cauldron's secrets anyway.
Thank God.
The more ash we swept aside, the more life we found. Place as inhospitable as they come. But still we pressed on. After all, when we looked down inside Colford Cauldron, looked down through all the smoke and flames, we saw in there the heart of the world, the heart now laid bare by the calamity. We had to have it. As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Charleston Bog. Kid's thinking he's got to trek all the way back around the cauldron.
That's what I thought.
Sure, it ain't the most convenient path. Biggest stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. Well, it ain't polite to stare.
True.
And where there's one stink eye, there's always more.
Ajattelin nyt kerkeisi pyörähtää sitten.
The cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond farewell. Kid don't shed any tears for him, though.
Please don't.
Best to keep out of the cauldron.
Please just let me live.
With a good spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city.
My God.
But all the fires died out. There's nothing left of it.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
It comes back looking like the inside of a chimney.
I had a bad time.
The shard works like a charm. You can hear the monument's heartbeat again.
Asks you about a little nest from Colford Cauldron. Do you know if this egg is supposed to be making muffled chirping sound?
We're all a little short on friends these days, so that's a welcome sight.
Barb. Miltä saat linnuista?
They said the wild could never be tamed. If only they could see us now. The arsenal's complete, in case we need protection.
Mehän tarvitaan. Just tää muista oliks toi.
Black rise like hot pineapple chowder on a cold day. Brings back memories. The culture. A still life of old unwanted keepsakes. The service for all the men and women who serve Zealandia. The triggers. My brothers. Bravest men I ever knew. I've asked a lot of the kid, but this is something he's done on his own.
Vihdoinkin something heavy.
He put some finishing touches on the business end of that thing. When you've got a solid balance, you've got what you need.
Pistäis vaan vaihtaa myös keelhammari. Mikäs tuolla oli joku keelhammari? Deliver a single crushing blow to a foe for at least 70 damage. Ehkä se tulee jossain vaiheessa semmonen Graver-killetti rokkaa samaan aikaan.
We spotted a pecker carrying a shard to Mount Zan.
Mitään päivityksiä noille pelloveille. Something foul.
At least it won't get cold round here with that thing around. On the inside, a fire bellows ain't nothing like its more popular air-spitting cousin. Without an insulated air intake, that thing's liable to blow up on you. Grady Incinerator's where we sent off all our trash to be burned or be eaten by the wilds.
Kuulostaa näppärältä.
Welcome to Grady Incinerator, home of the hottest wings east of Zealandia. In all seriousness, the incinerator was a dump, and it had a problem with peckers.
Fry peckers before the time expires.
Blasted things would swoop in and spread trash all around until we started using fire. We couldn't just torch them all at once. We had to use restraint.
Why couldn't we?
Wasn't any other way to teach those peckers some respect.
First prize! First try, first prize. Easy clap.
Who knows why we fought so hard to defend our own trash?
Well, we didn't. We fought so hard to get treasures and prizes.
Not much left of Mount Zan nowadays. It's like a cross between a zoo and a prison break.
What the fuck does that even mean? Eläintarhan ja vankilan niinku sekoitus.
Can't rightly call Mount Zan the mountain anymore. There's no more mountains now. There's no place left for the beasts of the wild to go. So they figure they'll hold out right here on a slab of mountain the calamity from
On 67. Ja sit samaten se mun Graver Gimletti prokkasi sen jälkeen. Mikä selvetti mun pitää paikalla, mutta... Perseet.
Those beasts been hoarding all the valuables they could find.
Vastoin mun taas.
We only found their little lair because they found themselves a little shard.
Nyt se Gimlet ei tietenkään voi kuulla ollenkaan. Ja vastaan.
Good thing for those beasts the Calamity saved leftovers. It's a delicate situation. The creatures of the wild, they've been building a bastion of their own.
Hyvä kun näkis jotain.
But they ain't yet prepared for any company. They even drag their children into this. Without a doubt, the situation stinks. Best thing we can do for those beasts right now is put them down quick and clean.
Hyvin jemmasi tuolla toi.
There's only one kind of mercy left these days.
Mä on vähän äkäinen kääntymään tuon.
Look at it this way. It's either them or us. But if we win, they win too. Our bastion is everybody's gain, not just ours. What the city left behind, those beasts took for themselves.
Please don't make me use it. I don't like it. Kyllä se on vaan niinku tää Ye Old Faithful. This is what I'm comfortable with. On se niin hyvin sisäistänyt ton overshot-ajatuksen.
Unfortunately, there's no explaining that to a simple beast. Those beasts been hard at work fixing up the place.
Nekö ite on rakentanut.
They've rounded up their survivors, just like we have.
Now you're trying to make me feel bad.
They've been searching for cores and shards, just like we have.
On aika pitkä suunniteltu sille mortalille. Mikä don't care.
Maybe they've thought about turning back, just like we have. We just really need their shard. Kid got it fair and square. That's the way.
It is what it is.
He's done what's best for him, don't you worry.
Suoraan tipatti sen eteen,
Don't
jos
you
mä
worry.
lähteä pois sieltä.
We'll all be better off once the Bastion is complete.
We all. Ask Z about the music player found on Mount Zand. You know how to use something like this? Thought you might like it.
Fixed that thing right up, didn't we? Made these goings-on a little livelier.
Is it alright if we use this here? It's not like the neighbors are going to complain.
Suppose it's true a little song can put things in perspective.
Vailla biisejä. Sitten. Lunkhead liqueur.
A sip of lunkhead liqueur will toughen you up. Too bad it's like drinking a saddlebag.
Like drinking a saddlebag. Ring of Fire.
The monument's getting better. Zolf sure did a number on it, though. The memorial may be finished, but our part is far from over.
Toi on hyvä. Kyllä toi pitää niinku noin päivitetyt vigilitkin niinku samaan aikaan. Vaikka niitä ei ole vielä avattukaan tossa vaiheessa ennen kuin sä päivität tän näin, mutta...
The inspiration, a forge can fashion anything. The city, its riches nothing but fragments now. The conscience, we haven't lost everything, long as we have that.
Very nice.
Any brusher's pike can
Must
cut to the
attacks
bone,
ignore armor.
but that one can cut through it. That mortar's gonna leave a lasting impression. Taught him an old trick from a galleon gunner I once knew. He's made a right comfortable bed for all those bullets.
Kokeillaan läpällä noita dueling-pistooleita.
He's a spitting image of Slinger Jawson with that pike and them pistols. Just a couple shards left. The quarry's gotta have
Pian
one,
päivitin
right?
jotain siihen mortariin kuitenkin. Koska nyt tää tulee todennäköisesti mortar. Oh joo.
Boundless Bay used to be a weapons test and dry dock. Ain't never
is.
been this dry though.
No.
Celandia's armada was a glorious sight, and our ship's mortars were unstoppable. At Boundless Bay,
Juomapullo jäi
our
kiinni
Navy
tuohon
put
mun
those mortars
alustaan.
through a rigorous inspection. Had to use squirts to simulate explosive impact on the surface of the sea. Galleon skippers needed to be patient, needed to fire at just the right times. Sounds like the kid's mortar's in tip-top shape.
Vaan second price. 80
If you got a thing for heavy artillery, then I've got the place for you. A variety of modifications could be used to enhance the power of a mortar. If a galleon mortar couldn't squish enough squirts, it was simply replaced. Galleon skippers took a while to get a feel for firing those things. You had to be crazy to want to swim in Boundless
Joo,
Bay.
päällään. Takertuu johonkin noista vihoista. Jäänestä kiinni. Tää 6 yhdellä yrityksellä. 85.
Over Boundless Bay.
Sehän riittää.
Good thing we got to that mortar before the beasts of the wild learned how to use it. The secret to how we built Caelondia so tall and proud lies in Burstone Quarry.
Stinkers. That's a lot of boulders and stuff.
Imagine everything you'd need to build a city like Caelondia. It takes hard work and planning, and it also takes Burstone Quarry. The Ura tunnels beneath the quarry must have softened the blow from the calamity. We bought the whole place from the Ura on the cheap. Same goes for its natives, Rattletails. Why would the Ura put up with this?
Did you buy it or did you take it?
Rattletails ain't the worst of it either, but more about that in a little bit. The quarry came with a lifetime supply of windbags. Windbags smaller than the naked eye can see are nested in those rocks. Not only are these rocks a source of life, we found that the oldest ones remember things.
The rocks are alive with sound.
They're recording everything, all the time, taking it all in. No wonder all those beasts were drawn to the quarry. The rocks were calling them.
For fuck's sake.
Keeping the quarry free from pests turned out to be a problem. Rattletails kept tunneling in to snack on windbags. Without those windbags, the quarry might not have its special qualities. Windbags tempted the rocks, so we had to keep the Rattletails at bay. The quarry ain't exactly up to safety standards no more. Even stink eyes started taking root in here. Now, why would the Ura sell off such a fascinating place? The Ura always were a superstitious lot. Might be the gods told them the quarry's bad news.
Sain duelpistollisen. Boom.
In any case, it's fair to say the quarry was
Before I was
godsend.
rudely interrupted.
Those rocks, all polished to a mirror sheen. The largest ones, you know as cores. A single core could keep the lights on in an entire city district. The smaller ones, we call them shards. The shard's got a fraction of a core's power, enough to fuel a voyage to the motherland. Well, now the quarry's all dried up.
Ignoroi
These
armorit.
rocks are much too
Kaikki
young to
päivät
be
voit suoraan
used.
puukottaa noita kaverit maailmaa.
Remember how I said rattletails ain't the worst thing in the quarry? That honor goes to a beast we took to Colin, Sir Lunky. Massive thing stomped many of our boys. We just couldn't get rid of him. We never could get stubborn old Lunky to leave the quarry alone. Then the kid hears a voice calling from down the
Ei
hall.
kerennyt käydä edes monologia
Are
läpi.
you alright? It says.
Kauhistuttava Sir Lanki, joka
It's him.
oli yli 2.
I've come to warn you, he says.
You son of a bitch, Zulf. Ask Zulf why he left the Bastion. What happened back there between you and Rucks?
The Bastion is under siege. Let it fall. You should not go back.
But I must. I must go back.
Kid hears him, but he ain't about to be deterred. If that's the way it is, he says, then I won't stop you.
It's not like you can stop me.
Because my countrymen will.
Shit. Why are you like this?
Say what you will about Zulf, but he's a man of his word. His countrymen don't much care for pleasantries, though.
Those motherfuckers
Zulf
fast.
showed them the way here, and here they came to take revenge. They got inside the Bastion and shut the door. Kid's gotta go in through the back. I should have told him sooner about all this.
Varmaan helpottaa.
Unfortunately, they broke in, and they started digging their hole. Something wrong sprung out of those holes, and it's eating away this place. We tried to stop them, but we needed help.
Stop bullying my fools.
squirt. You don't make it. Somehow, some way, he sends those Ura packing. Problem is, it didn't matter. Zolf's plan worked.
Damn you!
We find each other as the dust settles. Then I tell him why the Ura came. To get us back. For the calamity.
Se olikin meidän
It was
vika.
Ceylandia's master plan to wipe the Ura out. But part of that plan backfired, didn't it? If only Zolf knew the whole story.
Ask about the harp guitar cast aside in front of the Bastion. Where's Zia? Did you see what happened to her?
What were we to think? They must have got her. Taken her back to her rightful home. The shards can put this disease in remission, but there's only one cure. We need to finish what we started.
Finish the calamity.
The Mercy. The windbags ain't the only beast that drew a bad lot.
Inflict 999 damage with a single shell.
The Skippers delivered us from the motherland.
Quickly put 12 bullets in single foe without
The Slingers. The Wilds were their calling.
Nice.
Sometimes I want to ask him, why do any of this? But truth is, I don't want to know.
We do what we must because we can.
Sometimes a brusher's pike just ain't enough. That's what the carbine's for. Even the army never issued carbines in such fine shape. Nothing makes a gun so dangerous as a keen eye. Seems the gods recommended this place to all their friends.
And anything on all their friends. Foes shall deflect attacks on a whim.
Now all we need is one last shard.
Kuulostaa hyvältä.
The Ura swooped down from the east. At least now we know the way. Urzendra Gate used to lead down to the terminals. Now it leads up to the stars.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oli pakko.
One last shard. It's all we need to put this mess behind us. And mother, what a mess it is. A mess like that could have only been made by hand. Zolf said the calamity failed, and he's right. The Uras stand as living proof of that.
What do you mean?
At the heart of the calamity was a simple idea. We never wanted to go to war again. Wanted to rule it out. We put a lot of folks against that problem. Scientists, soldiers, spies, even me. We sought solutions far beyond the city. We traveled near as far as the kid's going right now.
Let me go.
most of our efforts didn't bear fruit. Then there was a breakthrough, but it didn't come from one of our people. We can't turn back now. It came from an Ura, a brilliant young scientist named Ven. Ven worked for the Mansers, the sharpest knives in the city's drawer. With his help, the Mansers devised a way to seal the Ura tunnel shut in a flash. Just like that, every last Ura living in the Tassel terminals will be gone.
Halusin vetää ton vigilin. All that I wanted.
This discovery was never to be used, they said, except as a last resort.
Se ton meni oikein huutaa.
But Ven didn't like being manipulated. He had plans of his own.
Venn-diagrammi.
He sabotaged the Mansers' little science project, set it to blow up in their faces. Imagine how Ven must have felt when they finally made him pull that trigger. But remember, the Bastion can fix everything. We just need that shard.
Mikä voisi mennä virheen?
Too bad the Ura ain't exactly been willing to collaborate on that front. Kid had little choice but to pick up where the Calamity left off. First things first, though, there's someone we figured needed rescuing. Zia.
Finish all what the Calamity started.
The Ura fell back, no doubt planning the next move, but we knew ours already. The country, she's all the pieces now, but still looking good. The Brushers, they moved in shadows, but the Calamity found them. The Sanctuary, if we can build, we can rebuild.
Survive a trip to who knows where with at least one shrine idol activated. Naippi ois kunnossa. Niin joo, mulla ei silloin ollut avattu.
Keep your chin up, kid, I tell him. Think the gods are gonna help? Kid takes another drag, goes out like a light.
Perus 2 kuitenkin tähän näin.
There's something you should know about the kid, but let me take it from the top. Catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started. Fair to say he's led a hard life, supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie. He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his. Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there.
Me ollaan kuultu tää.
School ain't working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money. Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Ceylondia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it. Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too. The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either. So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years. In the history of Ceylondia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls. Out there, kid learned to fend for himself. Learn to build. Learn to break. In time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody. his expeditions, the ground beneath him shuddered, cracked, and split apart. He saw nothing where the world used to be. The calamity happened just like that. All the kid had to work with was his hammer and the clothes on his back. Through twisted streets, he ran with nothing but the city crest and an old stranger's voice to guide him. Finally arrived at Caelandia's vaunted safe haven. He and no one else. What was I saying?
Jesus.
But then, all he got was more thankless work from a man who ain't even asked his name. Sure, I may be the one who dreamt up the walls and the bastion, but the kid made them real, not me. I'd like to say I'll never forget him, or what he's doing, what he's done. I surely would.
Easy-ish clap. That's the sound of the vigil.
The faith. Mother, this one's for you.
Yeah.
A repeater goes with a hammer better than a box of nails.
Does it?
Now the weight of the world behind us every swing. Ain't that the finest breaker's bow you ever seen? Takes a careful touch to rattle those bones like that. A solid frame can put an extra sting in every slice. There's something
Siihen
we
kaikki
have
rahat
to do
meni
before
vastaan.
going after that last shard. Zoltan's Hollow is the Ura's border blockade. At least it used to be. Well, now it's personal, ain't it? It's personal for him, and it's personal for me. He finds his moment to strike.
Oh fuck.
They never saw him coming. He gets his hands on the care
Calamity
package and sent him.
Cannon.
It's a little something I've been fixing up in my spare time. The Ura found a way to keep the calamity from spreading through Zoltan's Hollow. They got their own security and everything. Pretty fancy. Still, they ain't used to having visitors around. They've got these conductors that are all what's keeping the place together. Break enough of those things and the calamity rocks slink back into the ground.
Hienosti Mr. President tässä.
Those rocks are like tumors, the same kind the Ura planted in the Bastion.
Saa maistaa omaa paskansa.
Well, the Ura must be in a panic right about now.
Joo, kyllä me nyt pidetään toi.
They even sick their little rattletail heads on the kid.
Se on ehkä hyvä tavalla jossain vaiheessa se 7
Those rodents are just a bump in the road.
And there it is. Mun käydä laittaa vaan vormashitoja. Fast! I am speed. I am not aim. Vois olla vähän nopeammin. It's a possibility.
Kids picking the whole place apart, piece by piece. By now, every Ura from here to the terminals must know he's in town. Kid returns their greeting tenfold.
Ei välttämättä ole hyvä idea.
sectors are squared away in the middle of the harbor.
Harvinaisen huono ase toi machete noita stinkailmasta.
Keep hanging on to that barricade. After all, their homeland's not much farther.
Stop. Ai jummuli. Jesus. That was some dumb shit.
Those calamity rocks must be eating that place apart from the inside.
In your base, destroying.
Some of them are downright bewildered by what's happening. Maybe they know they've lost this. Lost to a kid. They underestimated us. Had us pegged all wrong. Yes, our people caused the calamity, but here we are trying to fix it. Did the Ura really think we just turn around and walk away? Shame the opportunity for civilized discourse is over. Suppose old souls should have got to know us better.
Civilized discourse. Sai sen tonikin silti vaikka tipun sieltä.
Zolf, the Ura, they have every reason to be angry. Beyond angry. Maybe I should have trusted him. Told him everything I knew. As the hour grows desperate, the Ura bring out their big guns. this is all over, it'll all be water under the bridge.
Will it? I have doubts.
There's nothing standing in his way no more. He sees the Tazzle terminals loom large on the horizon.
Child's drawing. A memento, a crude but heartfelt illustration. It's inscribed in chalk in stone surface. Like most of the Ura civilization, it survived the calamity more or less intact.
Way out there on the edge of the world. That's where he finally finds you. But it ain't like Prosper Bluff this time. Ain't nothing for this gal to sing about now.
Ei, meistä murhattiin kaikki.
Zia, you weren't kidnapped. No, ma'am. You just had to see what happened to the Ura. To your own people.
And we helped.
You had to see if everything Zolf wrote to you was true.
Pardon me, miss. Does this belong to you?
Sure you didn't drop that twangy thing on purpose? Just to see if he'd go after you?
Calamity took everything from the Ura, didn't it? Besides their will to fight.
They lost everything, didn't they? But they just keep on fighting like that's gonna bring it all back. The Masons, we built the city strong. Now there's only two of us. The Gravers, the arm of justice. They seemed unstoppable.
Vähinkään. Mulla on 20 teolta. Violetille, joo. Todella hazardia. Missile.
If there's anything that blade can't split open, a cannon ought to do it.
Ei menee asetta ollenkaan. Who needs me?
Bold brandy is thicker than paint. Makes your skin feel as tough as knife bark. I don't need to see what happened to the Ura. I'm trying to undo it, remember?
Are you? Something wrong. Me.
First step to learning the Calamity Cannon is knowing about the machinery overrides. The Marshals learn to pack those shells full of fire. To master the musket, you gotta get rid of the recoil. Once the kid gets that last shard from Zolf, it'll all be over. Mancer Observatory. Now there's a sneaky place, overlooking the Tazzle terminals themselves.
Rudmar.
The Ura probably didn't know they were being watched from Manser Observatory. It was the perfect spot to test something no one's meant to know about. Only trouble was something about the place drove the windbags crazy.
Defend the conductor. Defend the conductor on saman tien ensimmäinen asia, mitä mä teen maailmassa.
East of the city.
Very good. Welcome to Space Invaders.
You can cause a lot of collateral damage with her if you ain't careful.
Milloin Kombralla pitäis striimata se ihme Space Invaders?
Better stand well clear of that impact. The more crowded it gets, the more trouble you can cause with a single shot.
Se ihme mikä selvetti se nyt olikaan? Space Invaders Invasion Day. Se on huikea. Löysin sen kirppikseltä. I had to buy it. Se on niinku siis real life Space Invaders. Tai niinku gritty rebootti Space Invadersille. Come on. I hate this. Enemmän tai vähemmän RNG:n armoilla. I can't do it. It's too hard, yo. Hienosti Duken taivas. Damn, they could have stopped. Bastards.
Not a good idea to drop that thing.
Fuck you! Pitäisiköhän kokeilla näppäimistä tuota hiirellä sas. Paremmin tähdät tuossa. I fucking doubt it. But let's try it. Jotain tarkemmin kyllä. Nopeampia flikkejä. Älä helpompi ottaa ennakkoon. Niinku... Tuo sensitivity on saatana herkkä tossa tähtäimessä. Doesn't stop me from sucking.
Left of the observatory when the smoke clears.
Ei sit se riittää kun niinku tyyli yhden mokaat sinne. Niin. Vaan tulee se. Ihan helvetin vaikea. Hyvä kun toi vauhtikin muuttuu koko ajan. Ja vetelee tämmösiä tyyrin saivauksia. Fuck you! Fuck all of you! Jesus Christ.
Well, that experiment was a rousing success.
Yahoo!
Näettekö se kuinka paljon tuo on oikeesti RNGstä kiinni? Nyt vaan sattu tarjoilemaan semmosia hyviä, että ne jäi sinne. Meni tommosiin niinku rumppurinkeihin tonne hengailemaan. Eikä tullut sieltä niinku. Jotkut noista niinku vaan oli ihan täysin käsittämättömiä settejä. Ne kaikki päättää automaattisesti tulla sieltä vaan suorintamaan. Tai ei välttämättä edes suorintamaan sitä reittiä, mutta hirveetä niinku munaravia sieltä. Niin, ja sitten viime hetkellä juke and jivata.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Kiitos.
Kid loaded down with some of Ceylandia's finest firearms. The Tazzle terminals. All that's left of the Ura civilization.
You won them
and
challenge
the last stop on
mod.
his little journey.
He bides time with the remains of the Ura's massive underground sprawl. Zulf detected. Once you enter this area, there's no turning back. Are you ready? I guess.
I can't hear him at all anymore. He's too far away. But he'll be all right. Just needs to get that shard from Zolf and come on home. The calamity hit the Tazzle terminals hardest of all. You know why Zolf went back there.
Do I?
The place was his home. All his old friends and family were there. Zolf must be there all alone, just waiting. You know what's funny? Well, all of us are waiting. Poor kid.
That's pretty funny. Sä oot huono. Inskuplooni. Sä oot tamperelainen.
Look around. There's not much left to do here in the Bastion, I'm afraid. So why not tell each other stories to pass the time, right? But Zia, there's another reason I've been telling you all this. There's something I want you to understand. When the kid brings back that shard, the Bastion will be complete. What happens to Zol won't matter. This disease the Earth planted here will go away. Zealandia will be whole again.
Gonna get along.
Everything will be back to normal.
Hello? Hey,
Everyone will be all right. Problem is, we'll all be gone. But we're not gonna die. It's more like all of this will just stop. Things will go back to the way they used to be. That's the power of the Bastion. This whole place is a living record of the times before the calamity. The way things were before this story. Good times, right?
Hopscotch. Suddenly platforming.
You'd be your old self again. Think of all those times that didn't go your way. Imagine if you could have another go at him.
Man.
mistakes. Anyone you've ever
like
heard.
this.
Everything you've ever done, you could do it over. And wouldn't that be grand? Wouldn't you agree? Well,
Well,
I guess there's nothing more to say.
Marasim. Radozad.
I'm not kidding. Look. There's something else. A confession. How come I know so much about the Bastion?
helvetin hyvä kysymys.
Well, I designed the place, but that's beside the point.
Hyvästi.
There's one problem with a place that sets things back to a bygone time. You can't test it. So you're probably wondering if the calamity happened already. What's to stop it from happening again after the Bastion does its thing? The answer is... I don't know.
Kiitos siitä.
You're wondering if there ain't some other way out of this mess. It's all right. I can tell. But why would you even want another way? Unless you wanted to stay here with us.
Peli, jonka omistan varmaan 4, 5 tai 6 alustalla. Suurin piirtein.
Well, that's sweet and all, but I don't know if I can stick around.
Battering ram.
The weight of the calamity. It's on our shoulders. We can't just let it go. Bastion does have another function, strictly speaking.
Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. Where are we going? Where are we going?
If ever the monument blew out and we couldn't repair it, we could still evacuate.
Se on kyllä
First, we'd round up
aika
as many folks as we could carry.
brutaalia.
Next,
Mulla taitaa olla geni
detonate
hyllyssä
the
kanssa.
cores, and we'd take off away from here.
Geni-striimit mahdollisia. It's a possibility.
Heavy, ain't it? Of course, that would mean no going back. Ever. But then again, that way all of us could leave the city. Together.
Pelannut paljon Elden Ringiä, tulee koko aika mieleen se. Together!
You know, Zolf and his countrymen won't be giving up that shard without a fight, don't you?
Tietääkö se sieltä? Shut up.
Zolf and the Ura.
Shut your
All they
Ura
want now
mouth.
is to see the Bastion fall. Zolf dedicated his life to a lasting peace between the Ura and Zealandia.
Oh shit.
He can't have imagined the city would try to wipe the Ura out. Zolf ain't lost every shred of decency though, has he?
Just mostly. It's an acquired taste.
He tried to warn you about his plans. He tried to warn the kids.
Damn you.
For Zolf, this ain't a personal matter.
What the fuck?
It ain't a simple matter of pride either. One thing's for sure. The Ura can't be happy that the kid followed Zolf all the way home.
Miksi mä join sen? Why did I do this? It's a horrible idea. RIP. Choose! Abandon Zulf's body and press forward with the battering ram. Zul's situation is hopeless and destruction. His plan to avenge the Ura only brought more suffering. All that matters is save returns shard. Tai. Take Zulf. Abandoning battering ram being of Zul's body instead. Zulf is badly injured but breathing. It appears his countrymen turned on him instead as their situation grew desperate. He nearly destroyed the bastion, and yet... We are taking Zulf.
I can see it now. The kid in one corner, and Zulf in the other. Ain't much of a fight.
True.
Don't you worry, though. Once the bastion's restored, it'll all be alright. You ain't still thinking about that whole leaving the city thing, are you?
Not really.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Why you bully?
Sweet home, I see your star. You left it burning for me, Mother. I'm here.
Let me go. Pass this up.
Eyes open wide. Feel your heart in
Kid's probably dealt with Zulf by now. He reminds me of myself when I was his age. I ever tell you about those days?
Sebastian.
Hey, kid. Get up, kid. Come on, that ain't funny. I said get up. That's more like it. Now, set that shard into the monument there. Then we'll talk. The Bastion. It's finally finished. Now, there's something I want you to see. Welcome to the heart of the Bastion. I ain't one for long goodbyes, so here's the deal. Zia and I figure you done the heavy lifting, so you get to do the honors. We can tell you how to work this thing if you got any questions. Hey, kid. You can undo the calamity here and now. Go on, kid. And before I forget, thank you. Always wondered what the motherland was like. Not that it matters anymore. Zulf only brought more ruin to the Ura. No wonder they didn't take kindly to him. You've got one thing left to do, so you hang on to that badge. Besides, you earned it. Don't let anything you've done get to you. You can save all those creatures here and now.
You made it. So, let's see. You can either prevent the calamity, or stick around with me and Rucks. I'd hate to be in your shoes. If I could be any place I wanted, I'd stay right here. We could go anywhere in the world. Zulf tried to talk me into joining him. I tried to talk him out of it. I guess we both failed. When I finally found my people, I told them we could help. They just took me for a traitor. Glad you showed up. Any moment I'd want to live again happened after the calamity, not before.
Just go with your gut. You'll do the right thing.
Ready to get this over with?
Oh, mother. And here I figured you'd had enough of me by now. You could have undone the calamity itself. But instead you want to stay. In a world like this. I gotta admit, kid, I ain't yet put much thought in that idea. Of carrying on. With you here. We can't go back no more. But I suppose we could go. Wherever we please. And if anyone's left out there, I sure would like to see the look on their faces. When we dock this thing right on their doorstep. Getting ahead of myself, though. I'm gonna need a first mate. What do you say?
Just break the cycle, Kolmar. Don't do the same thing again and again and again and again. With no music? Weird. Featuring Logan Cunningham as the narrator. Mut niin. Niin se vähän masentavampi endingi. Niin, Kolmar ei tuomitse paljon. Sen verran monta kertaa vetänyt tän läpi jo. Ja nyt on ei voi jättää jotain muutakin tekemistä niin kuin siis muillekin. Jos sattuu jostain kumman syystä kiinnostamaan vielä tän jälkeen. I have done my part. Pari asiaakin vielä, niin kuin siis pari noita vigileitä vetämättä siellä ja tämmösiä, mutta muuten kyllä aika pitkälti kaikki mitä löytyypi. Mut joo, mä en halua vaan jatkaa se samaa sykliä. Mennään ajassa taaksepäin, palataan aikaisempaan paikkaan ja todennäköisesti calamity tapahtuu uudestaan. That's how it works. Tämä on aika mystinen. Onko tämä vaan niinku pelkästään tässä endingissä, missä ei tule mitään musiikkia tai mitään? Mä muistin, että se olisi kyllä ollut. Ehkä se on vaan tää evacuation endingi, missä ei tule ollenkaan. Niin, sepä. Mutta onhan se niinku, siis tää on niinku se rikot sen niinku jatkuvan kehän. No niin, kiitos. Tervetuloa musiikki. What fucking took you? Sä vaan toistat sitä samaa jatkuvasti. Se on siis... Muistaakseni jos sä pelaat sitä ihan niinku... Vedät sen restorationin ja pelaat sitä, niin se tulee just semmosia niinku, että hetkinen, onko tää tapahtunut aikaisemminkin hommia tossakin niinku narraatorilla ja tälleen näin, että se niinku vaan on sitä samaa käytännössä. History repeats itself. Paki Allen. Tietysti pitää normaaliin tyyliin katsoa kaikki kreditit. Ja puhelimestakin loppunut akku. Ja se muutos on, että enää ikinä pelaa uudestaan. Ei mennä tänne niinku siis Pony Island linjalle tai Inscription linjalle kuitenkaan. En oo pelannut edelleenkään Pony Islandia, en oo asentanut Pony Islandia edes uudestaan. Koska se oli se kanonin loppu, mikä me saatiin streams. Siellä se on edelleenkin sen streamin jälkeen. Tultiin siihen tulokseen ja otettiin se endingi, että ainoa oikea tapa voittaa sen on poistaa Pony Island koneelta. Ja Inscriptioninkin poistin Steamin niinku koneelta ihan sen takia, ettei tuu asennettua sitä uudestaan ja aloitettua sitten cyclea uudestaan. It's time to stop! Okei, ihan hyviä videopelejä. Tässä varmaan jossain vaiheessa pelata se The Hex, mikä on samalta tyypiltä. Se on ainoa niissä peleistä, mitä mä oon striimannut. En mä tiedä. Mä en ikinä oikein tiedä, mitä jengi haluu, että mä striimaan. Mitä tommosia niinku hittejä? What do you want? Sonic 1. Mitä versiota saisi olla? Mulla olisi niinku Mega Drive-versio ja Master System-versio ja mulla on Game Gear Sonickin jossain tuolla kaapissa. Muistaakseni, missähän mun Game Gear on? Thanks for play. New Game Plus mode unlocked. Begin the journey with all your weapons and XP, new shrine idols and distilled spirits. Added all Bastion structures buildable in any order. Use the shrine for the toughest of challenges. Mitä sä Tinsku edes ehdotit siellä? Niin meni vähän katsomaan jotain. Joku Bridge Builder se oli. Missähän mun Game Gear on itse asiassa? Nyt heräs kysymys. Täällä massiivisessa Game Gear salkussa, laukussa. Joku paska 3D Sonic. Ensinnäkin. Mä en ensinnäkään halua pelata hirveästi Sonicia. Voisi ehkä jotain Sonic Maniaa pelata. Koska se on oikeesti hyvä videopeli. Mut miksi helvetissä mä pelasin niinku siis Sonic 3D Blastia? Voisikohan se mun Game Gear kenties olla Sega Game Gear laukussa? Ei pakko ostaa, en voinut vastustaa kiusausta, kun tuli vastaan tää. Aihan orkkis. Orkkis Game Gear. Salkku ja kaikki. Ainoa huono puoli, että Game Gearissa on helvetin huono näyttö. Pitäisi jossain vaiheessa niin pitäisi tehdä se taustavalo-modi tähän noin. Käytännössä Game Gear on ihan käyttökelvottomia. Ellei sä modaa niitä. Toinen tosi tärkeä asia Game Gearin pelaamisessa on se, että sulla on seinäadapteri siihen, koska toi vetää 6 tuplaa 6 tuplaa paristoa ja ne menee varmaan jossain 1,5 tunnissa. Where's my Sonic? Ei se ollut Sonic. Ei se ollut Sonic 1, se oli Sonic 2. Muistin väärin. Sonic. Lighting. It's some Sonic. Tyylikäs. Aha. Tuosta Walmart. Tyylikäs laukku tälle näin. Kaikki saa tuohon. Pelitkin ja kaikki. I like it. Bridge Curse Road to Salvation. Kirjaimellisesti koskaan kuullut. Absolutely never heard. What is it like? Let's go to the camera, Raya. Pararadada. Nyt mun posturi tulee läpi. Mikä? Bridge... Bridge Curse Road to Salvation. Oliko tää se... Soft Star Entertainment. Mitä sä oot niinku tämmösen raapassu? Similar to games you've played. The Mortuary Assistant. God damn it. Sehän vaan se, onko se just nimenomaan sen takia, että se on kauhupeli? Soft Star. Mitä Soft Star on tehnyt? Sea Horizon. Sitten jotain weird ass Souls-klooneja ja this game is only available in Japanese, ei kun Chinese. Suurin osa näistä julkaisuista on jotain kiinalaisia. Näin YouTubessa. Why are you like this? Why are you like this, Tinsku? Tässä meidän kattoo sit niinku. Riichkeest. Mä unohdin sen nimen jo. ei sinänsä tuu hirveän yllätyksenä kiinalainen. Bridge Curse Road to Salvation. Onks meitä traileri muuta vastaavaa? Long play. New Taiwanese horror game. Trailer. Official launch trailer. My god. It's movie time, children. Jossain vaiheessa vetää DNF-duelia. Perhaps it's a possibility. But also, I don't really like it. You You are being very difficult, YouTube. Why are you like this?
法师，请问2016年的意外跟女鬼桥有啥物关联？
On tiskupare ollut tosi hyvä tää. Sain tää väärässä paikassa, mutta sori mä transitionista.
叫下往死魂，叫顶掠高铁，雷电无声术，应是不调声。
Pitänyt arvata. Sen takia mä laitoin tota hiljaisemmalle. Arvasin, että sieltä tulee jossain vaiheessa joku... No joo, siis toi vaikuttaa tämmöiseltä aika basic just niinku siis jumpscare the video gameilta. Maksaa 16 euroa 79 senttiä. Mä laitan sen tiskut tässä vaiheessa wishlistille. Katsotaan, sitten palataan astialle jossain vaiheessa. Add to your wishlist. Niin varmaan. No olihan se niinku siis Mortuary Resistanttikin tuli aika pitkälti ihan niinku siis puun takaa ja sekin oli sinänsä niinku ihan... Aina kun mä katson, mikä toi image oli tuolla. Ja niin se oli Kolmar. I forgot. On aina Kolmar. Always Kolmar. Mut hei. Se oli Bastion. Musta tuntuu, että mun on pakko kyllä tykitellä vähän niinku... ruvennut taas vähän maistumaan puulta toi Elden Ringi, kun on hakannut sitä tässä aika monta päivää putkeen. Ehkä mun pitää pelata keskenään lisää Bastionia vielä tässä näin. Lypsää ne viimeisetkin vigilit sieltä sun muuta ja vetää vaikka ihan keskenään niin se loopi endingi siihen niin. Oi voi, niin, en tiedä, katsotaan nyt mitä keksitään, vai keksitäänkö mitään, vai ollaanko striimaamatta. Tai jotain. Mä tiedän. I never know. Mutta ei tiedä kukaan muukaan. Nelinpeli.com. Siellä se silta, kirous, tie pelastukseenkin on. Okei, bye! Väärä nappula. Fuck.